Hey there, Mucklick here, and recently I passed 1,000 days streamed in a row on Twitch without missing a single day. I'm going to share my experience as well as what I learned during that time and what I wish I had known. First off, my credentials. If you don't already know me, why should you think I know what I'm talking about? I currently have over 26,000 followers on Twitch at the time of recording this. I average 200 to 300 viewers per stream. I run 2 YouTube channels based off of my Twitch content. The primary one currently having over 34,000 subscribers. I am a full-time content creator now and use Twitch, YouTube, Patreon, sponsorships, and other opportunities to pay my bills. So how did this happen? What did I do right? And how much time did I waste by doing things horribly wrong? May 18th, 2018. I had been thinking for a while that streaming looked fun and that I'd like to try it. I finally sat down and learned how to set up streaming software on Twitch and ran my first stream. That was my first mistake, by the way. I sat on the, that looks fun, I should try that idea for like a year before I ever actually started doing it. I wish I had started much sooner. And like most of us, when you try something new for the first time, it was god-awful. Audio sounded like a can on string, resolution was too low, but I did have one thing going for me that some other people don't start with. I didn't struggle with talking. I'd been raid leading in WoW for years, so I was quite used to speaking with no one listening. During stream number 1, I continued talking to my audience of no one until I happened to get raided by someone for 30 or so viewers. Now, I was so new at the time, I had no idea what this meant. I just thanked them and answered questions in chat, kept the conversation going, but that was when I was hooked. Now, I got a reality check spending most of the next couple of months with near 0 viewers, but chatting with people on stream in the evening, it felt like a night out with friends, and I wanted more of it. After later learning what a raid was and what had actually happened, I then raided someone at the end of every single night to try and make connections with other streamers. I worked in tech support at the time, so I would work a 9-hour workday, come home, be a family man until my wife and son went to bed, and then stream. My family was okay with it because they could tell how excited I was about it and how much I was enjoying it. Each night, I added something new, a banner, a follower alert, etc. I was determined to have it be better in some way, shape, or form than the day before. Never let it stagnate. I took a break that weekend because all the guides I found online told me I was supposed to. But I just thought about streaming the entire break weekend, so I decided I'll take the next break when I feel like it. That was 1,000 days ago. A quick point here, I am not telling people that you need to stream like I did. We all have different things going on in life, work, kids, etc. And honestly, there are better ways to grow your channel than streaming 7 days a week. Don't think I'm pushing that part, because I'm not. Let's talk about Twitch affiliate. Near the end of month 1, I had 37 followers. I was trying to get the 50 followers requirement needed to get Twitch affiliate. At the time, that was really important to me. Due to the metrics being really weird about that day 1 raid, I already had the minimum viewership numbers checked off. I had some people approach me and ask me to follow them in return for a follow. Something I later on learned was follow for follow. At the time, the concept was completely new to me, and I said, sure, that sounds fair, and I got the last few I needed for affiliate. What a happy day! Emotes unlocked, people can tip me bits, they can subscribe, I can earn money doing this. But none of that happened for a very, very long time. If anything, I spent money on getting the emotes made, which I didn't get back for many, many months. The follow for follows didn't amount for anything. Having more followers doesn't mean more viewers, and having a sub and bits button doesn't do anything if you have no viewers. Don't feel rushed on this step. If you don't have an audience yet, nothing changes when you get affiliate. Plus, something I learned years later is that due to Twitch's affiliate and partner contracts not allowing multi-streaming, there is an argument to be made to simply multi-stream on all platforms, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, etc., to increase your reach and not accept the affiliate contract so that you're allowed to do this. If you did this, you could use Franker Faces or Better TTV for your emotes, and you can still have a tips link. You just wouldn't have the bits button. Oh, by the way, small note here, make sure your tips button says tips and not donate. Due to a bunch of legal jargon, you ever hear those stories of someone who makes a big donation and the streamer spends it on their bills and then the person who made the donation refunds it back to themselves? This helps mitigate crap like that in some areas. Call it a tip, not a donation. You're not a charity. But past me totally accepted that affiliate contract, and we're moving on. YouTube. Around this time, I was aware of the fact that I was only getting followers when I was live, if any at all, and I needed something to point people to me when I was offline. I should make a YouTube channel. I'll throw some stuff on there and constantly tell people to come watch the stream, and that'll get them over. Oh boy. Some things I did wrong here. I started just uploading every single stream recording. We're talking like 3 to 6 hour long videos. I just slapped them on there. I did start making a few videos in like a best moments kind of way, like stream highlight reels, and something I feel I did right was I ran around advertising them in any places that would allow it. I made a list of bookmarks of subreddits that will allow you to drop off clips of funny stream moments, and every time I made a new one, I would just drop it everywhere I could. If you don't already have a following, don't just make a video and pray that people find you. You gotta run around and be your own marketing department. May 23rd, 2018, I started using Twitter. Poorly. I had never used Reddit or Twitter before making content and started trying to do so. At first, I just tweeted whenever I would go live. Don't do that unless you are very active on Twitter. I later deleted those out of shame. No one wants to see you fill their entire timeline with going live posts. Second thing I did wrong was I started using hashtags like this. Don't be like past muck. Use 0 to 2 hashtags, maybe? No more than that. Tweet your funny moments from stream, clips, announcements, new video releases, things you are passionate about, etc., and tag other people involved in the tweet when possible to make connections. February 7th, 2019, I met another streamer named Prospering. Awesome guy, even though he plays Fortnite, but his audience left an impression on me. He would sometimes be in comms with other players who would be quite young, and if anyone would swear, he would say something like, "Hey, watch the language please, we got kids here." And they would. I never saw anybody like kick back or retaliate or like try to troll around. Usually it was just like, "Oh yeah, sorry, my bad," and that was it. They wouldn't give him flack about it or anything. Now, up until this point, I wouldn't say I would swear like a sailor, but I would occasionally cut loose when I felt like I was supposed to show expression. Like, oh, what the? But I saw communities like this one and the one that Co-Carnage runs, and I thought, that's what I want. From that day on, I decided to keep my stuff PG. We occasionally play games that aren't, looking at you, Outlast and Resident Evil, but I keep my language clean, and I believe it draws a much wider audience because of it. I'll come back to this. On May 20th, 2019, I was accepted into the Guild Wars 2 partner program. If you stream or make a lot of content for a specific game, see if that game has a partner program for content creators. It will vary based on the company. I know, for example, off the top of my head, that Guild Wars 2, Elder Scrolls Online, and even Raid Shadow Legends have partner programs. In the case of Guild Wars 2, they saw that I was streaming the game many nights a week, I was enjoying myself, and they accepted me in. I had about 600 followers at this time, so don't think I got in because I was a massive channel. August 20th, 2019, I came up with a build in Guild Wars 2 that was pretty unique, and I wanted to see if I could get some clout for it. I released a build guide on YouTube on what it was, how to play it, and I slipped in some humor as often as I could. I then posted it on all relevant subreddits for Guild Wars 2 builds, and it did pretty well. It got a few thousand views pretty quickly, which was better than any other video I had done at that time. This was the most effort I had put into making a YouTube video look good, and it paid off. I then got started making more and more guides after this one. Giveaways. At some point, I started doing giveaways on Tuesday nights. Now, I didn't have money to throw around, so I would give away items that I got in Guild Wars 2. The giveaways were pretty modest, but I would always get some people stopping by that might have otherwise not given my stream a chance because of giveaway being in the title. On September 2nd, 2019, I expanded on that idea with Gleam giveaways. Now, Gleam allows you to do a giveaway where an entry can be earned by following someone on Twitch, visiting their YouTube channel, channel, following them on Twitter, retweeting the giveaway tweet, making it hit even more people, etc. This is a great way of getting growth across all of your platforms. I started by giving out humble bundles. At the time, they were $10, so I spent $10 every week or two to fund a giveaway that helped my growth out on all social medias. Now let's get real here. 9 out of every 10 people that joined these giveaways just wanted free stuff. You know it. I know it. But there were always a few people each time that would come to the stream for the giveaway or visit the YouTube and go, oh, this is a nice place. I might come back. And I would see a little bit of growth every time. November 30th, 2019. Around this time, I had many guides on Guild Wars 2, and I felt I had established myself as one of its many content creators that people might visit when they need help with something. But there was an untapped audience. That is, people who've never played this game that I loved. So I released a video called Why Play Guild Wars 2 explaining the appeal. That was a genuine video that showed what made me love this game. If there was a single moment that was a snowball down the hill for me, this was it. I had a video recruiting people to this game. I had a mountain of guides for this game that people could use. All my videos end with, and if you have any questions, I'm live every night on Twitch, link in description. So I started getting a surge of visitors to the stream. I began making the retweet the Why Play Guild Wars 2 tweet part of the Gleam giveaways. So each week people would retweet it out, spreading the word further and starting the whole snowball again. My YouTube subscriber count surged past 1,000 subscribers, the minimum required at that time to begin making money on YouTube. Up until this point, I had not made a single penny directly from the YouTube channel. Only indirectly if it sent people to the stream and then they chose to subscribe or something over there. It's worth noting that at this point in time that I'm describing to you, I had about 4,000 Twitch followers and 1,000 YouTube subscribers. My YouTube channel quickly caught up to and past my Twitch follower count that I had been building over a year at that point, and then started carrying both of them up. I started getting far more stream viewers each day because of the YouTube channel, not because people stumbled across my Twitch. And heck, it was good for the game too. The game I loved was getting a surge of new players, and I got to be proud that I played some small part in that. March 19th, 2020, I got invited to the Twitch Partner Program.
Then, everything changed when
the Twitch partnership came.
Actually, very little changed. Holy crap, did I put this on a pedestal. So I got partner on my 9th attempt. Here's what actually changed. I got more emote slots. I could stream in a higher resolution without worrying about my viewers on phones being unable to lower the quality. Because if they're buffering constantly and they can't turn it down, you lose those viewers. So I was able to change to 1080p after that without fear of losing anybody. That's it. I didn't get a manager. I still have to use the ticketing system whenever I need something, and I have to wait for days just like everybody else. No sponsors knocking on the door. I didn't even get the partner hoodie because they stopped doing that before I got into the program. Don't get me wrong, I am really proud of myself for that accomplishment, but my God, did I overvalue this when I was trying to get it. May 20th, 2020, I lost my normie job. Not due to any fault of mine, mind you. They closed the department I was in with little notice. I sat down with Lady Luck and we had a very long talk about whether or not I should dive into this content creation thing full time or go try to find another job. And this was shortly after the pandemic started as well. After very careful consideration, we decided to give it a try, and I threw myself into this with all the energy I had. From this point on, things were a steady growth on all platforms. In 2020, I went from 4,000 subscribers up to 23,000, always trailing behind my YouTube. I eventually stopped doing Gleam giveaways, but continued doing in-game giveaways each week, and sometimes more, so that every Tuesday I got a surge of new folks. Sponsors. For a long time, I thought I wanted sponsors. I knew I wanted sponsors. Corsair, send me a headset. Logitech, your finest mice. Coke, give me Coke? Like the soda. I applied to a few sponsors and was declined. Fast forward to near the end of 2020, my inbox is suddenly getting numerous offers, a few clearly trying to take advantage of me, but hey, it was flattering. The first one I accepted was to play their game for some time on stream.
Rage.
Shadow Legend.
Yes, it was Raid, but this video isn't sponsored by them. Sit back down. After finalizing everything with the middleman, I was asked if I had any questions, and I said yes, I'd love to know what made you approach me for this. It was a very generous offer. The agent I spoke with said we were looking at a list of people that stream more than X nights a week, more than X hours a week, enjoy RPGs, and don't swear a lot. Also that don't play Fortnite or Minecraft. What was that last one? Those never work out. Okay. My point here is not only has being PG helped me develop a very nice community across a wide range of ages, it has also helped me pay the bills. No, I'm not saying you need to be PG, just talking about how it's gone for me. Let's go into some general tips. Just be yourself. All right, if I explain this wrong, I'm going to upset some people, so I'm going to say this as carefully as I can. I feel like this is the absolute worst advice to give to someone who is struggling in any aspect of life, and here's why. If you see someone being mean or bullying someone, you don't walk up to the bully and tell them, just be yourself, live your truth. So why, when I see so many smaller content creators struggling, do I see other people telling them, just be yourself, it's a grind? Being on Twitch or YouTube is about entertaining people. If you just sit there quietly playing Call of Duty or Goat Simulator or something and it's boring to watch, change it. If yourself that you are broadcasting is boring, you can change it. You have that option. In my case, I made a very mental effort to clean up my language, and that was something I chose to do, and man, that took a while to rewire my brain to do that. This is a great segue into the next tip. In my mind, there are two types of content creators. Number one, those that are so god tier amazing at what they do not have to say a word. Maybe it's Shroud playing first-person shooters, or someone in the creative section doing glass blowing. You watch because you can't look away. I mean, they can talk and it's icing on the cake, but they don't have to. The rest of us are the second group. You need to talk. I mentioned earlier that I was already used to this, so I didn't have a problem with it. But if you need to speak more and you are shy, oh, then practice. We're humans. We can learn new skills. Don't sit there and go, oh, I wish I was as confident as that streamer or as funny as that one, etc. You can learn a new skill. Not confident? Practice talking constantly until it gets easier. You want to be funny? Watch a ton of YouTube comedy specials until you can spit back one-liners at good opportunities. The 10-second rule. When someone joins your channel for the first time, whether browsing or because they were with a raid, you've probably got about 10 seconds to hook in their attention before they decide that you're boring and change the channel. Don't get lazy if you have 0 viewers. If you wait until you see that viewer number increase to start being entertaining, it's too late. They've already left and the number just hasn't updated yet. Try to keep a monologue going the whole time. Talk about what you are doing, why you are doing it, what you're currently thinking about. Eventually someone in chat will pipe back their opinion on what you were saying, and you can then do some back and forth with them, and it gets even easier. My next tip is I have hundreds of YouTube videos that end with pointing people to my Twitch channel. And also on my Twitch, I point people to my YouTube channel. Someone asked me how to do crafting in Guild Wars 2? I've got a guide for that. How do I do PvP? I've got a guide for that can get you started. How do I start in raids? Hey, check out this video. Come back and ask me any questions you got after you're done. In addition to growing both my channels, this makes you a source of knowledge for the thing that you stream that they will keep coming back to. Let's end with expectations. Most people who want to get into streaming or content creation see Shroud or Ninja and think, man, I want to get rich playing video games. And I gotta admit, it sounds like a pretty sweet deal. My first 2 years streaming, I was doing it in the evenings after working a normal job, tech support in my case. I made sure my bills were paid, and I was very careful about how much money I spent on my then just a hobby. I did not simply leap into it and tell my family my mixtape was fire and trust that it was going to pay the bills. Even now, 1,000 days later and working full time, I probably clock in 80 to 100 hours per week. I stream 5+ hours a night every night for 35 hours or so a week. Occasionally I do bonus streams as well, and I spend my days making YouTube content, writing scripts, recording footage, editing, talking with potential sponsors, etc. I'm the busiest I've ever been in my entire life, but also the happiest I've been since childhood. If you want to do this seriously, you need to take it seriously. I'll end this one here, but I have so much more I want to share with you all, so expect more soon. If you enjoyed this video in any way, please consider hitting that like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe for more similar content. Thank you to the patrons who help make this channel possible, and if you'd like to become one and get early access to videos and bonus content, there is a link in the description. That's it for today. Happy creating.